Hey, I'm Kev Mr. Cole, and welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the Rider careers. We're about to find out if Patrick McDonald can fly without wings around the Red Bull Ring. So let's see what the Inter-Eton rider can do, coming off the back of another victory in Moto2. As you've got to remember, into that final corner, it's not like Moto3 where it's pretty smooth despite the bump. You now got to steer out or be a bit more upright into that final corner. So Red Bull Ring, very difficult circuit on the motorbikes. They're all very tight corners, followed by these fast straights, bendy straights. No real straights on this circuit. That's all. He's definitely going to have to do a second lap, is McDonald. I'll break yourself into the hairpin, a very clumsy hairpin on a motorbike. Much better on four wheels, such as this circuit. That's all, he's outbraked himself down the hill as well. This is not a good banker, that for McDonald. Let's see if we can actually get into a corner right. Rear end slide in. Oh, there you go, he kind of made a corner. Now into the left, cutting back as he goes flat out through the right. And now into the penultimate corner. Blind corner as well, you don't really see it till you hit the apex. And now the final corner of doom. And that's right, look at that, just staying in normally and the bike goes. So you've got to be much more upright, McDonald. This is not a good run heading on to the second lap as well. This is a 38.1. He's got to be much quicker than that. Let's see if we can do it. These riders are coming out for their qualifying efforts. So we're taking the totally legitimate line there. What is his teammate doing? Is that the same guy from... was it Germany? So 2/10 down of Marcus in the first set turn, he's down. So this might be the first time where we see McDonald have a third qualifying run, because he did not get a clean up on that first run, went down. Because he did on his second as well. So he's been given another lap here to get a representative effort in. So let's see what he can do. He's got traffic, unfortunately. That's all, the Malaysian is down. And he goes down the inside of Baldassari. And he's still got riders just joining in the middle of nowhere. What's the rider in front doing? Just like Navarro on the Cresini. So it has to go to the grass. But he's up in the first sector. He goes through the hairpin. Now Manzi is down off the back of his performance in the Czech Republic. He's probably getting used to that. Let's go downhill now. See if he can get it into the right hander. He can. Slow picking the bike up though, getting the power on in the exit. But he's still right in the tail of Marquez. As he short shifts up to third, through the first left. And into the second left. He's got Brad Binder in 24th in front, going down. His KTM. Sends the final set, and look at that, he's half a second up, McDonald. But he's got this final corner to negotiate as Morbidelli's off 31.8. McDonald negotiates the final corner, but where is it going to put him? As he does, a 32.3. Half a second off in the end because of that final corner. So in the end, it's his teammate Luti who grabs pole by 0.003 of a second ahead of Morbidelli, 0.08 of a second ahead of Marquez, with Oliveira in 4th, Passini 5th, Nakagami 6th, Baldassari 7th, McDonald in the middle of the third row in 8th ahead of Shirota, with Sabri rounding out the top 10 ahead of Kent and Marini, with Ika at the back alongside Manzi and Locatelli. So what can McDonald do in the race? As we look at the grid with the gnarly Luti on pole. And then we see lights still on the second page in the middle of the third row, with Danny Kent directly behind him. Then on the fifth row, you've got Courtois, Agata, and Bagnaia, and Ponser in Vinales, Simon, Navarro Cortese, Raffin, Corsi, and Gardner. And your usual suspects right at the back. So revving up the engines, waiting for the lights to appear and go out for this 7-lap race. And a good start from McDonald, despite real spinners in saw for a long stretch. So he goes down the inside Nakagami, down the inside Passini is that. For fifth, yes, as Luti's been muscled out by the Mark VDS twins and Oliveira, but he's fighting back. And they're giving good slipstream to McDonald. He's got Baldassari past Nakagami for 7th. Now McDonald braking a bit cautiously into the hairpin. Trying to go down the inside of his teammate. Down the inside of Marcus. Down the inside of Morbidelli into the lead. That's it for McDonald. Fantastic start to this race. So he breaks into the right-hander, right into the apex. Runs wide on the exit. Well, he's got a good drive, better drive. Then there's that Morbidelli behind. And into the left-hander. Got to be careful that rear end. It's drifting out. But he holds on ahead of the Italian. And could this turn into Bruno for McDonald? As he is racing away at the front. 3/4 a second ahead of Morbidelli. As he really carries the speed through the penultimate corner. Now Mark is up to second. He goes through the final corner. Got to do that 7 times, remember, as you go into the second lap. 35-2 with Marcus right in his arse. Then you got Morbidelli in third. No doubt McDonald did a fast lap in that opening at 35-2. He does run slightly wide on the exit of the first corner. Then this I had Marcus behind him. Was it Morbidelli? He's dropped back behind Luti now. Thomas got some fight this race. Breaks in a straight line around 100 metres into the hairpin. Then you've got to be very careful getting the power down as you can see wheels spinning like at the start. Gets away well. Look at the mountains ahead. It's very undulating, this circuit. Very undulating region. He goes slightly wide for the right hander again. Checking up that power on the exit. Well, he's almost 3/4 a second ahead of Marcus. But look at that, just sliding through that left-hander. That's one for the photographers. Once again, we've got beautiful conditions here in Austria. Looks like they carried the weather over from Renault. Very sunny with a few clouds in the sky. We've got a 1.2 second gap over Marcus. So it goes through the final corner. Very slowly, but better than last time. He does a 32.3, just like his qualifying effort. Got half a second gap behind to Marcus. As he does another fastest lap, 32.3. But not a good exit from the first corner. Will that allow Marcus to make a move into the hairpin on his third lap? He's not playing sailing like Bruno. He's not got the pace to put away, does McDonald. He makes it through the hairpin, short shifts up, gets a smooth exit down this back straight, so he shouldn't be bothered by Marcus into the next right-hander. As he goes into it, clipping that apex. Getting a good exit, nice smooth exit. That's the thing that McDonald's doing well so far this race, getting these smooth exits, even if he's a bit slow into a few corners. Or through them, look at that. Horrible line. We go into the left. Definitely clip that apex beautifully. Then flat out through the right. Sorry, not really an issue. I actually ran at a similar rates and it's like front and rear. Could often say that. But he's still got Marcus right on his arse. And that's allowed Marquez through in the final corner. So is Luti. Come on, get the boards out here. It's team orders. Why is Luti in front of McDonald? Your title contender. Yes, there we go. McDonald passed Luti into second. Now he's getting the slipstream off Marquez. Very impressive slipstream off the Smart VDS. Yeah, he's really sucking into the braking zone. Can he make a dive? Around the outside for McDonald. And he holds it. Takes back the lead from Marquez. That's around halfway through this race. Got a good three-way battle, it seems, for the lead of McDonald, Marquez and Luti. Morbidelli and Olivier, and once again, not really in the reckoning so far as all. McDonald runs wide, though. Onto the grass, that's allowed Marquez through. Won't allow Luti through, though. Is he going to the left-hander? Even though Luti's right in the tail of his teammate. Oh, McDonald down the inside into the next left. Oh, Marquez squeezes back by though. We're flat on the power. Let's go into the final couple of corners. Oh, McDonald really taking the speed into the corner. And through the final corners, able to hold off Luti. As he's now got 6/10 of gap to Marquez in front. Breaks very deep, though, almost into the back of the Spaniard. Has to run wide as Luti and Morbidelli are battling behind. And this side's into Wetton against Smart VDS this race. It's on this fifth lap. Can McDonald go down the inside in its cycle of Marquez? And he does into the hairpin. So back into the lead is McDonald ahead of Marquez. I suppose adventurous turn one lines. As old Brad Binder down, a South African, in Red Bull KTM's home race. I wonder why. As he just holds off Marquez through the right. Into the left, rear end sliding. For McDonald, but he holds on as the tyres are getting worn now. That rear end is going to start sliding a lot. Lots of bumps into braking zones and through corners here. He short shifts up through the right hander. And after this, just 2 laps to go. As he goes into the right, he runs wide though. Don't allow Marquez through. As he does run wide, he got pushed wide by Marquez. Couldn't get anywhere near that apex. So once again, the Spaniard leads by around 6/10 of a second with Olivier up to third now. Taking a look at McDonald into the first corner. Well, he holds off the Portuguese rider. But no Luti behind, no Morbidelli. So Olivier once again coming on strong in the second half of a race. You can see Marquez having a very good run out of the first corner. Able to hold that lead, but now off the hairpin. Look at this run for McDonald. And so he's going to be down the inside the Mark VDS into the right hander. As long as he doesn't run wide, he's going to hold on to that lead. He does. Gets a nice tight exit. Look at that. Alongside the right line. Now into the left-hander. Can he keep that rear end in check? Looks like he can. Nicely done, McDonald. As he goes into the next left. I should have said left-hander, shouldn't I? Not right-hander. This is the right-hander. Once again, keeping it tight to the right-hand line. He's got a half-second gap on Marquez heading into the final set. I haven't said that for a few laps. Switch the final corner. He gets a good exit. He's going to hold on to the lead to the line, it looks like. Has he gone to the final lap? He does. Just needs to do that on the final lap, McDonald. So he's trying to hold off Marquez and the brake. You know, he goes over the yellow. Goes over the sausage curve. Why is there a sausage curve when there are bikes around? That's now he's elbow to elbow with Marquez up the hill towards the hairpin. But he looks like he's just holding off from his Spanish rival. Runs slightly wide, but gets a good enough exit. It's still anyone's race though with half a lap to go. Can McDonald hold on for a very hard-earned victory? As here comes Morbidelli up to third ahead of Oliveira. The Italian has woken up on his final lap. So he's just ahead of Marquez. Oh, but Oliveira fights back against Morbidelli. It's not that easy to get past. The Portuguese rider, especially in Red Bull and KTM's home race. Approaching the final sector of the race. McDonald with a 3/4 of a second lead over Marquez. Looking very good, but with one corner to go. He makes it through. But does he have to run towards the line to hold off Marquez? He does! What a victory for McDonald! Very tough ride, but he survives all 7 laps. That final corner to win. By just over 3/10 ahead of Marquez, with Morbidelli grabbing a podium ahead of Pacini, Baldassarri, Xavi, Bagnaia, Marini, and Oliveira down to 9th. What happened on that final lap? That final half lap? With Corto around out the top 10 ahead of Pons, Nakagami, Luti down to 13th. What was going on behind? With Gardner and 14th, Shirota going the final point ahead of Sorin and Kent and Agata and Corsi and Raffin, with Locatelli at the back. So in the championship, Morbidelli now has a race win lead ahead of Marquez, who climbs to second ahead of Oliveira by 7 points, with McDonald just 13 points behind the Portuguese rider now, and 59 ahead of Luti. As further down, we've got Pacini, Baldassarri, Bagnaia, Marini up to 9th, Xavi into the top 10 ahead of Nakagami, Pons up to 16th ahead of Sorin and Shirota, Gardner up to 20th ahead of Vinales and Raffin. Right at the back is still Ika, as in the constructors' standard, 72-point gap between Kalex and KTM, and then a 94-point gap to Suto have 94 points, and 32 ahead of Tech 3 with speed up with 11. As yes, another vital victory for McDonald, where you didn't really expect it, but he held on in a very tense race and perfect reputation. So he started off with 1 victory this episode. Can he make it 2 round the fast Silverstone circuit in Great Britain? So here I found a very sunny Great Britain as well. Well, it's been the same for the last 3 races, hasn't it? With a bit more cloud in the sky though, to be fair, here in Britain. But still very sunny. And perfect conditions for 2 laps for Patrick McDonald to go for pole once again. Hopefully he won't need a third like he did in Austria, where had a bit of a mare on that first lap, and then second lap was kind of out of his control. That's why he had a third lap there. Hopefully he has a good clean track. Good clean run on this opening lap. Maybe not, as he runs right out of Cops. Now into Maggots and Beckett's. Engine braking a bit too much. A bit too late going into that first spot of Maggots, and then wide in Beckett's, and through this tight chapel, taking his own line is McDonald. As he goes down the world famous Hanger Straight, and then into Stowe, another 3rd gear corner, very fast, so you can see a bit of a bump as well under braking. Very difficult to get the power down as well. And to Veld and Club. Just got to clip the curbs and be gentle with the power. Which McDonald did alright there. Not the fastest run, no, you would say. Then into the newest complex of corners round it. Rabi, then Farm. Now into Village. Taking that in second. Then into the loop. Slowest corner on the circuit. Pick up the bike early. Slightly through Aintree. Then onto the Wellington Straight. Where it rejoins the older circuit. Going with Brooklands. Very late apex corner. There it is. Right at the end of it. Then Luffield, which has gone 2 apexes. Take one, then you go wide and you hit the other apex when you want to get the power down. Then Woodcote, which slight lift. You go towards the line. Mador sets a 205.5. As you've got the Malaysian in front, 1.8 seconds faster than him. Was McDonald. As he runs wide once again in Cops. That's it, better engine braking through Maggots. Not a good apex in Beckett's though. As he's 1/4 second down, you can see. A much better run onto the Chapel Straight. It says Markers are the fastest that time, 204.9. Marker's been laid down by one of the faster guys now. Let's see if McDonald can match them. Goes a bit wide though, and Stowe, not as good on the power either, not as aggressive on the power. It's now into Vale and Club. That's a much better run for McDonald. Had the short shift slightly on the exit. This is 3/10 behind Markets. And now Luti's done the fast at 204.8. Now his teammate is laying down the marker for McDonald. He's got to be compromised though into Village. Sir, what are you doing? Faster guy behind, got to let him through. So he goes through Aintree, look at that, he's gaining on Luti. Here you come to the final sector, can McDonald snatch another pole? Couldn't quite do it in Austria, even though he nicked strong into the final sector. Let's see if he messes up this final sector. It's getting under power again, that rear end wanting to get away. And he goes flat out through Woodcote. Towards the line, no! 205.4. As in the end, it's exactly the same result from Austria last time out, with McDonald in the middle of the third row alongside Baldassare and Shirota with Zabi. Ran out of the top 10 just ahead of Kent and Marini. While Luti grabs pole by 7,000 of a second ahead of Marcus and Morbidelli had the exact same qualifying time once again. With Oliviero in 4th, Passini 5th, Nakagami in 6th, with Ika at the back alongside Manzi and Locatelli. So let's see what McDonald can do. Can he just repeat what he did last time out? As we look at the grid with Luti on par with Marquez and Morbidelli, Olivia Passini, Nakagami. There's McDonald in 8th. Hopefully Light Steel can do well this race. It's looking further back. There's Agata, the other Swiss veteran in this category in 14th. Then you've got Corsi on the speed up. You've got Cortese in 21st. And you've got usual suspects right at the back.
The bikes have taken their places.
So let's see what McDonald can do as we rev the engine. Going for the light step here and go out. And a decent start for McDonald as he jumped ahead of Nakashima heading into Cops. He has. Hitting that apex beautifully. Throwing Passini past his teammate Luti into the top 5 for McDonald. Fantastic start. So he runs a bit wider than Mackets and Beckett, or does he? He's looking down the inside of Luti. No love lost there between McDonald and Luti. McDonald and Passini, should I say. But he is up to 4th with his championship rivals in front. Luti up to 6th ahead of Passini. And here comes Baldassare in 5th. Made a good jump. It's got Oliviera, Marquez, Morbidelli. Luti up to 5th now behind Baldassare. Maybe he can support McDonald and cruise up to the front 3 here. As Navarro down at the back, the Spaniard. As Marquez gets past Oliviera. Here comes McDonald through there, then cut the rear end. Really is not biting on his opening lap. Let's go towards Abbey. Very good corner for McDonald in next. Like he's trying to go down the inside of Morbidelli through Farm. He does. Down the inside of the championship lead, and now down the inside of Oliveira. Being a very aggressive McDonald. Down the inside of Marquez. Trying to get down the inside the Spaniard. Just about holds on, going on to the Wellington straight. Here comes Oliveira now pushing McDonald wide. But Morbidelli following through, doesn't look like it. So that breaks itself into Marquez. He's hit Marquez, he's down. So he drops down to 12th on his opening lap. Or was it 10th? No, he's down again. Two falls on the opening lap for McDonald. He's down to 25th. As he's behind, is that Corsi? It is. Speed not having a good opening lap, but neither was McDonald. Two falls in the opening lap. It's like Qatar all over again. And we all know what happened there, but he can't afford not to score points on this occasion, McDonald. He has to. And now Binder's just gone very slow, holding up the Kenyan. Battle of Africa here. Has he got Hernandez? In 27, McDonald trying to push Binder wide. Really no love lost between the Africans. And so he goes down the inside the South American. Up into 22nd, down the inside the Australian as well, into Stowe. Almost down the inside of Raffin as well. A good corner for McDonald. Now down the inside of his teammate. Down the inside of Xavier Simon. He's been very aggressive. Down the inside of Surin. Yes. Up into 18th for McDonald. Now he's got his former teammate Cortez in front in 17th. And almost into the back of him as he brakes on the curb. Has to run very wide. Rejoins the circuit in 17th though. He somehow managed to rejoin where he was. As he got Isaac Vinales and Axel Pons battling in front for a point. Vital point for McDonald. Let's see if he gets it. He's got a good run on Pons, heading down this Wellington straight towards Brooklands. Braking a bit earlier than he did on that first lap. Looking down the inside the Spaniards. Looks like he's got it. Had to do a bit of an early apex there to make sure he got the position for the rest of that corner. So back into the points for McDonald. It's not a repeat of Qatar just yet. He goes through Woodcote. Took too much curb, too much turning at first. Had to slow down in the middle of the corner. As Morbidelli passed Marquez for the lead. McDonald passed Agata, is it? But no, that's Agata Quartararo in front. He's battling with Danny Kent, the Brit in his home race. Another ex-Moto3 champ. McDonald up to 12th now. Behind Bagnaia. And you can see the Tech 3 in 9th in front of them. But that's not a good run through Chapel to get some slipstream down this hanger straight. But he's very good at breaking into Stowe's, McDonald. He's showing it once again down the inside of Shirota, is that his former teammate? It is. Into the top 10 for McDonald. So a bit like the last lap with Saxon Ring with Circuit of the Americas early in the season. Having on the opening lap just like Qatar for McDonald, but he's fighting through the field nicely. Now down the inside the Spaniard into Abbey, he does! Takes the apex away. That's a man on a mission. It's got Bagnaia past Shirota for 11th. And now I think we've got about with the Italians in front. Between Baldassari and Marini for 7th. So I'll try to keep the power through Aintree. Just about does it. Half a second gap in front, half a second gap behind. So once again, Morbidelli and Marquez battling, exchanging positions. He's got Oliveira ahead of Morbidelli. In second, it looks like the KTM wants to join the MotoVDS boys into the battle. Here's the second of the race where he's normally strong as well. He's going to cross the line. Look at this run from McDonald into Copse. That's as fast as that 205.6. Marini runs wide. So does Baldassari. Or is that Nakajima? Nakagami, should I say, not Nakashima. That's all. The rear again under braking pops up. As he goes through Maggots and Becketts. Gets past Marini. By the time he gets back in front, hopefully he can get some slipstream though, McDonald. Heading towards Stowe. Oh, they're both getting a slipstream. Double slipstream for McDonald. As Marquez past Morbidelli for the lead. And so is Oliveira up to second. Ahead of Morbidelli. That's good for the championship. Championship leader down to third. There's now McDonald on this penultimate lap, chasing after Piscini, as that's clumsy from Marini, was that? But still, there could be hope for a top 5 for McDonald at this rate. As you've got Luti and Baldassari battling for 4th. Let's go through Farm, now into Village. And there you can see the top 3 as well. You can see a top 6 in front for McDonald. Fortunately, he's running out of time in this race. 1.7 second gap to Piscini in front. Almost a second in front of Marini. As Marquez gets past Oliveira for the lead. Nakagami past Marini behind. You've got Oliveira ahead of Morbidelli now into second as you go into the final half of this race. Gonna holding it flat for the final corner, just about works out. Chasing after his friend Piscini. You've got Luti in 4th, Baldassari in 5th now. You can see them battling in front into Maggots and Becketts. This on the rear end does stay in check for McDonald. Didn't see tyres halfway worn. And he's really getting on Piscini. Getting a second in the last 2 sectors, but getting another poor run onto the hanger straight. No slipstream for once for McDonald down here. But he knows how to break into Stowe. Hugging that apex like his favourite granny. And a good exit. And so halfway through this final lap. Can McDonald clinch sit from his former rival? His current rival, should I say. His biggest foe in the paddock. As he's just half a second behind Piscini. 2.3 second gap behind. Into Abbey. Look at that run for McDonald. As Oliveira gets past Marquez. And now McDonald charging down the inside. Piscini into Village. Into the loop. Piscini holds on just. Into Aintree. McDonald has an alert. Can't quite get past the Italian. But now he's got a slipstream down the Wellington straight. It's Italy for into Wetton in front. Luti. Oh, and Baldassari. And now for McDonald. And Piscini. Charges down the inside into Lafayette. He's done it. Into 6th. And look at the 2 packs. 2 pairs in front. Or 2 packs in front. The pair and then the trio. As Oliveira wins at the MotoVDS pair. Duty had a Baldassari, and it's like McDonald makes it into 6th. Look at that bike. Had a terrible race, but did the fastest lap, just 3.3 seconds off the win in the end. If he didn't have that opening lap, who knows? But at least he recovered better than he did in Moto3 last season, I'll say to McDonald. So he's improving in that aspect. But that first lap cost him the win, with Olivier doing it by just over a tenth of a second ahead of Marcus, then Morbidelli over 2 seconds in front. Then a second gap to Baldassarri, actually finished ahead of Luti in the end. Great result for the Italian. With Bassini in 7th, Nakagami 8th, Marini 9th. Bagnaia rounds out the top 10 of Zavid in Agata, Kent, Courtois and Axel Pontin 15th ahead of Marcel Schrotter by around 2.5 tenths of a second, with Locatelli at the back. So in the championship, Morbidelli leads by 21 points now, as lead slashed by Alex Marquez, who's just 2 points ahead of Olivier. And then McDonald's over 2 race wins behind, 51 points back, heading into the final third of the season. He'll need a miracle to win this championship, but we've seen crazier things as we saw last season, of course, in Moto3, with Lutin 5th, Passini 6th, Baldassarri 7th, Bagnaia 8th, Marini 9th, Nakagami into the top 10 ahead of Xavi, and we've got Pons ahead of Corsi up into 15th. As in the constructors standing, 67-point lead for Calix over KTM, with Suter in a very comfortable third, 31 points ahead of Tech 3, then Speed Up in 5th. Has not the best reputation weekend for McDonald, and now he has the choice. Does he compete in MotoGP? What teams are available now? Premac Ducati, Gresini, Aspar, Avintia, the Red Bull KTM effort, and Mark VDS. Well, Moto2's got every team available. I think he's going to stick on the Calix, though. Stick with Interwetten, though, alongside Luti. He seems to be doing well there, alongside the veteran, but he needs to do better heading into the final third of the season. He basically needs to win every race. I hope other results go his way to win this championship, but he did it in Moto3. Can he repeat the trick in Moto2, beginning with the race around the Misano World Circuit, Marco Simoncelli, the San Marino Grand Prix next time out? South watching and find out then.